Welcome back to Irreverent Ellsworth's ASMR SFR, which is ASMR snack food review. I know you're going, thank goodness, Irreverent Ellsworth, you took time to snazzy up your broadcast studio, and you're welcome. This is my good friend April Lynn over here, looking very 70s chic. And this is my good friend Miss Match up here, and she's looking, I would say, like maybe 50s chic. And that's my good buddy me, looking all docks worker. And then this, my friends, is Snow. I know, Snow. You might not know what it is, but outside of Florida, people experience hell. Burning, searing, freezing hell. The sky, actually. God gets really angry with us. The goddess decides to freeze all the clouds and then rub them together so that the flakes come down and punish all of the evilness. It's true. Moving on. I went to my store the other day, and of course all I wanted was some sour cream. Some delicious whole milk sour cream. 2 for $3, by the way, at Food Lion. So at the counter they had bait, and I tried not to. I tried so hard not to take the bait, but I took it. See, there's a company called Brach's, B-R-A-C-H-S. They make their candy with real honey, bastards. The ingredients are as follows: sugar, corn syrup, salt, confectioner's glaze, gelatin, sesame oil, honey. Ugh, so far it's like a fucking salad. Dextrose, artificial flavor, yellow, red, yellow, yellow 5. Wait a minute. It's hard to read with the glasses. Yellow 6, red 3, yellow 5, blue 1. It's manufactured where they manufacture stuff with milk, egg, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, and soy. Product of Mexico. Oh, you almost had me there, Brock. Anyway, they make these wonderful candies. And of course, these are the mellow green pumpkins. I'm gonna have one of those in a minute. I also got 2 other kinds of candy corn. I hope that doesn't drive you up. It's kind of annoying to me. Okay, I'm gonna take a small break so you don't have to hear me mutilate these bags. Or maybe you're into that kind of thing. Oh, I tell you what, for people who know how to do that, fast forward for like a minute. Okay, here's the first mellow green pumpkin. You'll see them, they're about the size of a marble. And I guess this is good and bad because this is a lot of sugar delivered quickly, so you're only gonna want maybe 1 or 2 of these before you're like, I really love circus peanuts, and I know it's terrible. You should never love circus peanuts because they're like angry marshmallows that just got left alone in daycare for 10 years further than anybody cared about them. They're hard. Well, when you first bite into one of these pumpkins, you get that kind of sugar rush that you get with a circus peanut, but you don't get all the sadness because it was made 5 years ago. Like, I've never found fresh circus peanuts. Prove me wrong. Send it to Irreverent Ellsworth. I don't have a P.O. box yet. I'm not going to give you my number, my address, you crazies. I will do that, though. I'll come to a P.O. box so you can send me crazy shit. Oh, and technically, this counts as sermon number 3 for Mega Reverend John Oliver's 30 Sermons in 30 Days Challenge. Hashtag 30 Sermons, 30 Days Challenge with MJRO, Mega Reverend John Oliver. MRJO. Mr. Joe, Mega Reverend John Oliver. Never forget it again. Hashtag Mr. Joe. So, in addition to, good Lord, that second one hits the back of your throat like, stop, that's enough sugar, put it away. With the sweet, as my good friend Renee would say, you definitely need the savory, so we got a box of Cheez-Its. And the box of Cheez-Its is going to be like our palate cleanser. It's like eating rock candy. If you ever eat rock candy, you're just like, alright, I've sucked on sugar for 2 hours, I think we're done. Oh no, you still gotta have the bag of rock candy. No, I'm done. Know when you're done, folks. That's what Sermon Today 3 is about. Sermon 3 today is all about knowing when you're done. There are times in life when you need to say yes to everything, but folks, there's a time in life when you need to say no. Just say no. Not to drugs, good Lord, not to drugs. You should say yes to drugs. But I digress. I hope you like the sound of crunching. Otherwise, this is going to get annoying. But I digress. Say no once in a while. And say it to really close friends and family. When someone comes to you and says, hey, I need you to do, and just say, I'm sorry, I cannot. And they go, why? I say, because I said no. And when they go, you say no to me, say, motherfucker, I said no to you, and I'll say no to you again. Now, hopefully it doesn't have to be that way. I mean, hopefully they'll just stop with, oh, you can't today. Okay, no problem. We'll work it out. Good people. Good people, those are. Just say no. Just say no. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Just say no. And here's the reason why. If you say yes to everything, you dilute what you do. Alright? In the world of pinups, there are thousands of talented models out there that are all very, very ready to be the next big thing. And if I tried to represent all 10,000 of them, I would go crazy. So what I'll do is I'll hand select a dozen or so and work with them very closely to help improve their merchandise lines and their product offerings. So by saying no to 9,940 of them, the remaining 60 can be part of my marketing agency. Yeah. And so far it looks like it's going to be called Drippy Dreadnought, but who knows? The naming contest is still going on, so big secret reveal during sermon number 3. The Name My Hairstyle contest is really a bid for the name of my new company. So keep going, everybody, doing great. I'm going to have one more cheese and then we're going to get into the second and third bag of candy corn today. It was funny because I actually specifically wasn't going to get the pumpkins because they're like mouth grenades of sweetness. Too much, but I saw these other 2 bags and I was like, no, I gotta do it. Now I recommend these a little bit more because they're smaller. And smaller candy is kind of like smaller women. They get you in less trouble. I'm just kidding. They probably get you in more trouble. But this right here I'm kind of excited about. This is the peanut butter cup Brock's candy corn. Yeah, I think this is also a product of Mexico, so fuck you, Brock's. Why don't you think of some goddamn candy made in the good old America? I'm just kidding, but not really. I'm just kidding. Mexican candy's delicious too. But the Irreverent Ellsworth would really like to see candy made in the United States again, too. Isn't it possible? Oh my god, that's so good. Ladies and gentlemen, this is capitalism. Mexican candy is capitalism. Meanwhile,
where were these fuckers made?
I'm not sure where Cheez-Its are made, but they look like they might be inside the U.S. Isn't that a funny thing to say or think about? Like, if you're within our nation, then boom, you're more important. Or if you're outside our nation, suddenly you're less important. It's like, we're all people, right? We all need the same basic things. We need food. I mean, if you really want world peace, don't fight for world peace. Don't fight wars. Put all your guns away. You take every bullet, you melt it down into a spoon. You take every gun and bullet. I mean, guns are fun, but you take every bullet and you melt every bullet down into a copper spoon. Better yet, every bullet into a copper spork. And you would have your world peace. Every bullet you see melted down into a spork. Hashtag bullets to spork. Bullets to spork. Bullets to sporks. We'll work on the title a little bit. So you can vote below. Oh, so good. It really does taste like peanut butter. Not so much chocolate. Very heavy peanut butter, kind of like those Mary Janes. Mary Jane's has like a little peanut butter. They're like the most spooky looking kind of candy out there. There's a wonderful candy that comes out every Halloween, and it's I think they're Mary Jane's, but they're in black and orange wax paper wrappers. No names on them. No names. Really tasty candies. I don't know. They're not caramels. I think they're like peanut butter or something, but they're good. So we're gonna cheese this before we go into the grandfather of them all, candy corn. Corn. We should sing corn. Wow. Something takes a part of me. Something that I cannot release. I try every night there in vain. I really don't know the words. Dun 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 dun. Hex my knees and reasons now and even me. No, not again. I did it, and I did it. My flesh makes me bad. So these are the same ingredients, but this is the original. I'm afraid that even the power of Cheez-Its will not be able to save me if I ingest enough of these awful things. And I also have water here too. We should probably do some water. I think it comes in a nice soup cup from the zoo. Support your local zoo. And don't have pets. No, don't do it. I say that as a total hypocrite. I have a cat. But when my cat passes, and that will probably be in the next 10 years or so, it's sad to think about, but you know, upper limits of my life. When I'm 50, I'm going to be pet-free. And I say this now, you know, man plans and God laughs. Because every plan that I have, the goddess laughs. The goddess truly laughs. I think I've torn a big enough hole in this. A delay hole, if you will. That's weird. Oh, why did I do a fistful? Oh, that's not good. Once again, we're enjoying the Rock's candy corn made in Mexico. Maybe they made the granddaddy in the U.S. Come on, Brock's, don't hurt me. Oh, product of Mexico. Lo siento, my fans, lo siento. But anyway, look at that Mexican corn. Man. And you know what? You know it's good and fresh because it was picked by Mexican hands. It's helping Trump in his polls to be all like Nazi fascist. Irreverent Ellsworth, just telling it like it is. I'm not being rude or racist. I love food picked by a brown hand. You know it's picked right. Goddamn right. This is better therapy than that anger vlog, you know what I'm saying? Just ramblings. Terrible reading. Let's have a little music to drive this up. The candy corn is delicious. The way it melts on the back of your cavities. The way it sends your diabetes to the front door. And get you enough sugar when you need some. It's getting hard to play the harmonica with a mouthful of candy corn. So that's why we're going to take a whole fistful and see how bad we do. We'll do the chipmunk cheeks to hide it mostly. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Well, I guess this day on Sermon 3 of Mr. Joe M.R.J.O. Mega Reverend John Oliver's 30 Sermons in 30 Days Challenge. This is Sermon 3. We got 10% done. This is our tithes. We have done it. Please drop me a line at ellsworthsays@gmail.com. Link will be in the description below. I love you all. Please subscribe and be sure to like and share our content.